Good morning students, this is Anjani Rai. Welcome to all of you in the online classes of Bhavdiya Public School. Today we will discuss the next topic of the set. Last day we have discussed about the solution of the first exercise of the set, where I explained to you that how we can find that if any element exists in a set and how we can represent it, and if any set which does not, if any element which does not belongs to a set, then how we can represent it. And there is a representation of a set also I have explained to you, that is a set builder form and roster form or tabular form. So today we will discuss about the different types of a set. Okay, what is a different group or category of the set in which it is divided? Obviously various kind of a collection of the object we are taking, and they all are having the various kind of a property also. So on the basis of property they all are divided in different group. Okay, so how they are named and what is its definition and how we can recognize these kind of a group by their name, we will discuss about that today. Okay, so welcome to all of you. Now we will start the video first.
In this module, we will learn about different types of sets. Part 1. First, let us learn about the empty set. Consider the set A is equal to X, such that X is a student of class 11 presently studying in a school. Thus, the set A contains a finite number of elements. We now write another set B as B is equal to X, such that X is a student presently studying in both class 10 and 11. We observe that a student cannot study simultaneously in both classes 10 and 11. Thus, the set B contains no element at all. So now we can define an empty set. A set which does not contain any element is called the empty set or the null set or the void set.
Yes, so students, we will firstly discuss about the empty set. This is the first kind of a set that we have to study here. So what is an empty set? As it is given in the name also, empty. You know that what is the meaning of empty? Means khali, nothing is there. So these kind of a set are having no element in itself. So these set are defined as a empty set. So here we have taken some example also, like first example is of set A, which says that set A is equal to X, where X is a student of a class 11th presently studying in a school. Obviously this is a defined set. We have a definite number of students who are doing this study in class 11th. Okay, so this will be not having the empty set. The elements are existing in this set. Okay, but when we are taking the second example, that is a set B. So set B is given here you that X, where X is a student presently studying in both class 10th and 11th. So as you know that one student can do the study in one class at one time. One student cannot do the study in the both class at the same time. It is not possible, which means the number of students who are doing the study in class 10th as well as in class 11th, it is 0. We will get the number of students as an element in this set 0, which means this set will be considered as a empty set. So I hope you got the point. What is an empty set? Empty set are those set which is having no element in itself. Okay, means the number of element in these kind of a set is equal to 0. So what will be the standard definition of this set? We will discuss about that. So here we have given the definition of this set also, that a set which does not contain any element is called the empty set. So as I told you, these kind of a set are not having any element in itself, but there is some more name by which we are calling this set. The first one is that null set. Null set is also having the same meaning, that is an empty set, and the second one, that is a void set. So if you are asked about finding the null set or void set, you don't have a need to confuse. It means that you are asked to find the empty set. So I hope it is clear to all of you. Now we will move in the next part of the video.
According to this definition, B is an empty set, while A is not an empty set. The empty set is denoted by the symbol phi or opening closing curly brackets.
Yes, the representation of the null set is also very important. There is a two symbols we are using to show that if any set is empty or not. That symbol is a phi. The first symbol that we are using here, it is phi, or we can just use the curly bracket. Nothing will be kept inside the curly bracket. If we will just use this curly bracket, it will be showing that this given set is a null set or empty set, or we can also use it as a phi. Only phi will be represented here, okay? This will be showing the null set. But if we will use the phi inside the curly bracket, then this will be not considered as a null set or empty set. It is a very important, many times you will get the confusion. If you have given the phi only, it is showing the empty set. But if you are keeping this phi inside the curly bracket, then this will be not an empty set, okay? Because this phi will be considered as an element now, okay? It will be not considered as the symbol for the empty set. So these are the two symbols which we are using for representing the null set, empty set or void set, okay?
We give below a few examples of empty sets. 1. Let A is equal to x such that 1 is less than x is less than 2. X is a natural number, then A is the empty set because there is no natural number between 1 and 2. 2. B is equal to x is such that x square minus 2 is equal to 0 and x is a rational number. Then B is the empty set because the equation x square minus 2 is equal to 0 is not satisfied by any rational value of x. 3. C is equal to x such that x is an even prime number greater than 2. Then C is the empty set because 2 is the only even prime number. 4. D is equal to x such that x square is equal to 4, x is odd. Then D is the empty set because the equation x square is equal to 4 is not satisfied by any odd value of x.
So here we have given few examples for the empty set. The first example that we have given here, it says that there is a set A which is defined as a x where the x will lies from 1 to 2. The value of x will lies between 1 to 2 and x is a natural number. So when we have discussed about the natural number, I have told you that natural number, the set of a natural number are consisting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till infinite. So between 1 and 2, you will not get any kind of a natural number. The natural number is like 1, 2, 3, 4. So between 1 and 2, there is no natural number found, which means in this definition, we will get not any element inside the set. So which means this set will be defined as a empty set, okay? This is represented in the form of a set builder form. So you can find here, according to definition, we are not founding any kind of a element, which means it will be defined as a empty set or null set. Now we will come on the second example, that is a set B. So set B is defined as a x such that x square minus 2 is equal to 0 and x is a rational number. So if you will solve the value of x square minus 2 is equal to 0, it will be written as a x square is equal to 2. And then what will be the value of x? It will be under root 2 plus minus. So under root 2, when you have studied in class 9th about the rational and irrational number, you are taught that all the square root of the non-perfect square number is defined as an irrational number. and 2 is a non-perfect square number. So square root of a 2 will be considered as a irrational number. Means according to this equation, x square minus 2 equal to 0, the element that we are getting here, it is a plus root 2 or minus root 2. But in definition, the second part says that x must be a rational number. So they both are not a rational number. So according to both condition, we are not finding any element here in this set, which means this will be also considered as a empty set, which means we will say that here B, that set we have given here in second part of the question, it is a kind of a empty set. Now we will come on the third example. This third example is having a set C. It is equal to x such that x is an even prime number greater than 2. It is also very interesting thing that x is an even prime number. There is a two condition which must be satisfied. One that is a even, the number should be even, and the second one that number should be prime also. So in even number, as you know that 2, 4, 6 till infinite we are taking, but only one number is a even as well as prime, that is a 2. And the last part says that it should be greater than 2 also. So greater than 2, the number that is a prime even, it will be not prime like 4, 6, 8. They all are composite number, they are not prime number. And the prime number which is equal to 2, that we are not asked to include in the set, which means in this set also we are not finding any element here, okay, which means this will be also considered as an empty set or null set. The last example of the D that you have given here, it says that the set D is equal to x such that x square is equal to 4, where x is odd. As you know that the odd number are like 1, not 2, but 3, 5, 7, up to so on, we will move till infinite. So if we put the value of a x as a 1 here in this equation that we have given, that is a x square is equal to 4. So when we will place the value of x as a 1 square will be not equal to 4, okay. Now we can take some more value also of the x. Suppose if we are taking the value of x as a 3, so the square of a 3 will also not equal to 4, because it will be 9, it should be equal to 4. Again, if we will take some more example, you will find that by putting the value of x as a 5, the square of a 5 is also not equal to 4. In this way, if you will move forward toward the next number, for all odd number, you will get the condition is not satisfied. For any value of an odd natural number, this equation will be not satisfied, which means we are not getting element which satisfy this condition, and it will be also an odd number, which means this set D will be also considered as a empty set. This will be called what? Empty set. So I hope you know that what is an empty set and how you can recognize that if given set is an empty set. Like I can give you some more example also. Suppose if you are asked to find the set of the month which is having 32 days. I am asking you to collect the name of a month which is having 32 days. So you will find that no month, we have 12 months in a year. So out of 12 months, we are not having any month in which the number of days is 32. Or if I am asking that number of days must be equal to 27. So no month is having the number of days as a 27, which means we are finding the number of a set as a 0. So these all set will be considered as a null set. For example, we can take the natural number which is negative. The natural number that is a negative. We are asked there is a set A which is having the set of a natural number and negative also. So as you know that natural number must be always positive. It will be never negative, which means it will be the null set or empty set. So there is an infinite kind of a set you will find which will be considered as a null set or empty set, but one characteristic must be followed by all these sets, that there will be no element found in these kind of a set, okay. Now we will move in the next part of the video.
D is equal to x such that x square is equal to. We observe that A contains 5 elements and B contains 6 elements. How many elements does C contain? As it is, we do not know the number of elements in C, but it is some natural number which may be quite a big number. By number of elements of a set S, we mean the number of distinct elements of the set, and we denote it by NS. If NS is a natural number, then S is a non-empty finite set. Consider the set of natural numbers. We see that the number of elements of this set is not finite, since there are infinite number of natural numbers. We see that the set of natural numbers is an infinite set. The sets A, B and C given above are finite sets, and NA is equal to 5.
So students, here we have to study about the next part of the set, or we can say that next kind of a set. The first kind that we have studied, it is named as an empty set. Now the next part is named as a finite set. This is named as a finite set and infinite set. I hope you know about the term finite and infinite. Finite means it is a countable, we can count the number, and infinite means it is uncountable, means the number is such large, it is a very huge number which is not countable by us. Okay, so set is also defined by the meaning of the term, like finite set are those set in which the number of elements are countable. This is a kind of a set in which we can count the number of a set. An infinite set is a kind of a set in which we cannot count the number of the elements, which means the number of elements are infinite in the infinite set. Okay, so now we will look some example, by that you will get the point very clear. Suppose if we have taken here a set A which is having the element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, means we are having 5 natural number from starting. There is a second set, that is a B, which is having some alphabetical symbols like A, B, C, D, E and G. So here in both set you can find that the number of elements are countable. We can count the number of element. For example, here the number of element in set A is equal to 5. The number of element in set B, it is also equal to 5. Okay. If we are moving on the second next one, that is the set C. Set C says that man living presently in the different part of the world. Obviously, it will be also countable. We can count it. Obviously, it will be a very huge number, but we can count the number of people who is presently living in the world, in the different part of the world. So here we can show the number of a bird, number of element of the set by using that number of element in set. For example, here the number of element is equal to 5. Similarly, in set B also the number of element is equal to what? 5. So these all kind of a set are considered as a finite set. Okay. Now we will come on the next part, and it says that consider the set of the natural number. Consider the set of a natural number. I have many times used this example, that set of a natural number. So if we are taking the set of a natural number, it will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will be moving up to so on till infinity. So if I ask you that can we count the number of element in this set? Obviously your answer will be no, because it is moving till infinite. So how we can count the number of a set? So these kind of a set are considered as a infinite set. Similarly, suppose if we are taking the number of we are taking the set of the whole number. If we are taking the set of a whole number, so it will be starting from 1, 2, 3, and it will be also moving up to so on till infinity, which means we can also not count the number, whole number in this set. So the number of element in this set is infinite or uncountable. It is not countable. So that's why it is considered as a infinite set or infinity set. Okay. So for representing the number of element in any set, we are using a simple method that you should know. As I told you, we can use the symbol like if we have to express the number of element in set A. So it will be represented as a number of a set, number of a element in set A. This is having a meaning that number of element in set A, that is equal to 5. Similarly, number of a element in set B, whatever the name of a set, we can just place the symbol of the set. It may be A, it may be B, it may be C, it may be S, okay? It is equal to 5. So these kind of a set that is a countable, we can count the number of a set in these sets, okay? So I hope you have clear that what is a finite set and what is a infinite set. It is quite simple. You have to just go through the meaning of the word. Finite means it is countable. What is a countable? Its elements are countable. What is an infinite set? The number of elements are infinite, which means we cannot count the number of element in these kind of a set, okay? So this will be defined as a infinite set, okay? So I hope these things are clear to you. We will do the study of the few more kind of a set in next day, okay? So till that, you should watch this video, and where you are getting problem, you can ask to me. Thank you so much.